Redirected wide by Trocheck. It'll come around near side. McAvoy, last-ditch effort. Threw it to the net, tipped wide. And the horn will sound, and the Rangers will celebrate a come-from-behind 3-2 win here on home ice over the Bruins. Boston had a 2-1 lead going to the third, but a de facto power play goal and a shorthanded goal by the Rangers gets them the victory.
That was a tough one for the Bruins. Tough one tonight. I have a lot of thoughts on this game. There's been a lot going on tonight. I'll set the table for you right now. It's like we're going to have like a little afternoon, little evening, little delight right now. We'll react to the Bruins loss that you just heard here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. They fall tonight to the Rangers 3-2 after leading 2-1. They gave up 2 goals, a power play and a shorty. Joonas Korpisalo got the start tonight. I questioned the move. I don't think he's the reason why they lost, but could he have had that shorty? And could they have won 2 in a row? And that's my big takeaway from the loss. You had a great game last night, a shutout. You scored 3 goals. You shut the team out that you played. And now you're going to play a team that you are at least battling for a playoff spot with. And you leaned on your goaltending, which was your strength for years. You went to Korpisalo tonight. You lost. You lost your composure. You lost your edge. You lost on the road in the third period. Like, you don't. This just shows that there is a different path. And Don Sweeney did talk today on the broadcast tonight. We'll read you some of the quotes coming up on that. But this is who the Bruins are. They'll show you that they can beat a team 3-0 at home and get a shutout. And then the next night, show you that they can have a 2-1 lead heading into the third period, give up a power play goal, and then a shorty and lose the game. Like, this is who the Bruins are this year. And I'm sorry, but the identity's gone of using both goaltenders and having strong goaltending every night. Again, don't want to blame Korpisalo for tonight. Him giving up 3 goals, that's who he is. But when you turn the puck over in the shorthanded goal, the guy's left out on an island. I almost wonder if Swayman could have had that. I really do. And the reason why I'm being so critical about this is you could have played Swayman on back-to-back nights. You're off until Saturday when you play Vegas. You could have played Korpisalo in that game. Therefore, you could have given Swayman Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and right into the Four Nations. So that's what I would have done. But instead, they went Korpisalo, and they lost. And I question it. This team does not deserve any passes. We should be critical of all their decisions. And that's one I'm on. They've lost that identity of putting out the goaltending every night, no matter who you throw out there. Here's another one. What's Sacco doing leaving the same guys out on the power play? Of course they got gassed and they gave up a shorty. Bing, bang, boom. Yep. Stretches guys a little too thin on a back-to-back. Absolutely valid. Absolutely. So we'll set the table tonight. Bruins lose. A blockbuster trade in the NBA, which we'll tell you coming up in a minute here. How does it affect the Boston Celtics? Does the NBA trade deadline affect the Boston Celtics? The Patriots have announced their new coaching staff. Malcolm Butler today talked about why he didn't play in the Super Bowl, or at least told us why. I think I've heard him say this before. But the Chief Pete, if it happens on Sunday, could it have happened for the Patriots, the 3-pat? I think so. We'll get into all that. The final hour of the program. Skaz is here. We got Trent, our intern, helping us out tonight as well. We got an hour to go. Let's get the headlines. We'll tell you all the big news that's happening right now.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports.
He scored! What a blast by Pasternak! Waiting, Holiday, ring, good night!
WBCFM at HQ Boston, 98.5, the Sports Hub, Beasley Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, well, the Bruins will start there. They had a 2-1 lead heading in the third period and gave up a power play and a shorty. They lose 3-2. It's hard to watch. They blew it. Played well all night long. The final game before the Four Nations break will be against Vegas on Saturday. A blockbuster trade in the NBA. Jimmy Butler going from Miami to the Golden State Warriors. Miami will receive Andrew Wiggins in a first-round pick. Butler opted out of his $52 million option next year and agreed to a new 2-year, $21 million extension with the Warriors. The Celtics made a trade today, sending Jaden Springer to Houston for a future second-round pick. We mentioned the NBA trade deadline is tomorrow. Some other moves, Chris Middleton going from Milwaukee to Washington for Kyle Kuzma. Daniel Tice on the move to Oklahoma City. And the NFL, the first injury report for the Super Bowl, Jalen Carter listed as limited with an illness. And they also announced, the NFL, that they'll be playing a home game or a game in Australia in 2026. Right? Headlines, they are brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. I'm Joe Murray. Your next update in 30 minutes.
Boston's best sports talk. There's an app for that. Download the Sports Hub app for loads of stuff. Absolutely free. Connect with the shows, get podcasts, and more. Get it where you get your apps. Or at 985sportshub.com.
Wow, what a night. We got ourselves an hour to talk about everything that's happened tonight. We just had our Bruins coverage. Thank you, the Jeremy Conley. Excellent job tonight. Holding it down back there, making sure it sounds excellent like he always does. So shout out to him. Bruins lose 3-2. You can react to it if you want. It's just disappointing. It's disappointing. But I know what you guys want to talk about. Jimmy Butler out in Miami, going to Golden State. How about that? Golden State was looking for a veteran, and they found it. Jimmy Butler was upset with his time. Actually wanted to somewhat come back, and then finally the trade happened. I mean, this is a blockbuster. The deadline's tomorrow. And I know that there was a lot of things that happened to this, but the story is Jimmy Butler is now a Golden State Warrior. The Warriors closed the deal. Kevin Durant said no. He did not want to become a Warrior, so that's number two, option two was Jimmy Butler, who declined his $52 million play option, as we mentioned, and in the trade now gets a 2-year, $111 million. It carries through 26-27. So Andrew Wiggins and Kyle Anderson plus a top 10 protected first-round pick goes to Miami. Dennis Schroeder goes to Utah. And then P.J. Tucker, Lindy Waters go to the Pistons. Josh Richardson goes to Miami. That's a lot of teams there. That's a lot of parameters in this one. A lot of parameters. But the Warriors have been looking for another star ahead of the deadline. Steph Curry, Draymond Green. You know, I thought Wiggins was at least, the second leading scorer on the team. He averaged 18 points a game. The Warriors needed a dependable second scorer, and I think they get their guy here. I still have some questions about Butler, if he could play with a Steph Curry. I mean, he's played with other guys and it hasn't worked. But from everything I heard, it sounds like the Warriors took the team off the bench, off the floor tonight, went to the locker room, and Kerr wanted to talk to the team about what happened. While Miami was playing tonight, I believe fans told Kevin Love and others that the trade happened. So that's how a lot of people found out. I think Golden State lost some depth in this deal. They're right now 10th in the Western Conference. Miami now gets out of whatever they were with Butler, but I don't know what happens to Miami. I mean, the guy was suspended 3 times this season for conduct detrimental to the team. So he really hurt any chances for the Miami Heat to do anything this year. And the marriage with Miami, it's over. Here's my question for tonight. We were talking about this off the air. I actually think this is a great radio discussion here. But how would you rate Jimmy Butler in Miami? Is it a success? I know around here we look at things as you win a championship, it's a success. 6-time All-Star. Eastern Conference Finals MVP, yay. 2 teams, he led 2 teams to the NBA Finals. Nicknamed Playoff Jimmy. I mean, he led the Heat to the conference finals 3 times. Besides the Boston Celtics, no team has as many appearances as the Heat during Butler's time in Miami. So I ask you, everyone, Jimmy Butler gone in Miami. He's out. He was a thorn in the side for a long time. When he was in Chicago, I remember he had a block on Marcus Smart late in the game. He's always been a Celtic killer. He is motivated against the Celtics. The Heat were never, ever projected to be favored in the Eastern Conference during his run. But they did it because of Butler. He elevated this play in the playoffs, no doubt. And that could be a knock too, right? Didn't really play to his ability until it mattered. When he played at that level, he looked like a top 10 player in the league. He never was. Not many players in the NBA could elevate their team and their game like Jimmy Butler. So I'm really torn if it was a success or not. I really am. No championship. You can lean on that. The fact that they were 8th seeds and made it hard on themselves is another thing. But if you're a Celtics fan, the Celtics won't have to play Jimmy Butler again. And I hope we don't hear that narrative somewhere. Oh, well, they didn't have to play Jimmy Butler, and then Jimmy Butler got traded to Golden State. So, really, if they win the championship both those years, they never face Butler. You ready for that one, Skaz? Are you ready? You know that's going to be a narrative. You know it. You know it's going to be. But didn't they beat him before, though? I'm just trying to think of this. They've beaten Jimmy Butler, too.
Yes.
So I just wanted to...
In Miami, Joe.
Just wanted to throw that one in there as well. Skaz, I ask you, the Celtics won't see Jimmy Butler unless they meet Golden State in the finals.
Which won't happen. The Warriors are not making the finals.
Was Jimmy Butler's run in Miami a success?
For who?
Miami. For Butler.
For Miami, I'd say no. Miami Heat and Pat Riley, the goal for the Miami Heat is to win championships. That is the goal of every franchise, especially if you're, Pat Riley, a guy who prides himself on building championship rosters. I would say no. I think Jimmy Butler is a very, very good player. I think he's a tier below a superstar. He's not a first-team All-NBA guy. He never has been. Is he better in the playoffs in the regular season? Yes. I think that's also an indictment on Jimmy Butler and his game and how serious he takes the regular season. I also, if you're known for how good you are in the playoffs, shouldn't you win something? Shouldn't you win a ring if you're playoff Jimmy? Shouldn't you have something in your trophy case? To be known as a playoff winner and never win anything is, I think slightly overrated. But Jimmy Butler, a hell of a player. I just question his regular season motivation. I do think that is an indictment if you're showing up as a 7 or 8 seed because you only try for 50 games a year and then want to try for a month and a half at the end of the season. I think, it all comes into play. To be a true superstar, you got to play 80 games, 70 games, and top 4 seed and win a title. So I think Jimmy Butler is just a tier below. And I think Pat Riley would say it was, a failure. We didn't win anything. The goal is to win championships, and they didn't win any.
Do you know what Jimmy Butler reminds me of? Like, I'm going to cross sports because we can do that on this show. It was always, the Patriots have to play in Denver this week. It was always like, there's just always some sort of, they struggle on the road there, or they don't hit well in Colorado, or I'm using the Patriots in Denver as an example. But Jimmy Butler, guys, to me, like, watching the Celtics, covering them, he got in their heads. They were young. He took advantage of it. And, we could also bring up his other stops that were unsuccessful, right? He's somewhat of a needs to have the ball in order to play his game. Doesn't really play with everybody else. Like, there's a lot of knocks on Jimmy Butler, but what you can't knock is his play against the Celtics. Yes, the Celtics got him once, and, quite frankly, they got him last year, too, if you want to call the old tap out now. That's 3 times. So, in the end, Celtics over Jimmy Butler. I agree. He was a thorn in their side. He got him a couple of times. He didn't win anything. So, as far as a Celtics fan goes, damn, I hate that Jimmy Butler, because that's who he was. I hated Butler against the Celtics. Oh, how many times do I have to watch Marcus Smart defend him and get beat? But everyone tell me how great Marcus Smart is. Oh, God. That's who he was beating up against, guys. Now that we're really getting into the weeds of this thing. Yep. He would do it against Marcus Smart. Right? Was it the Kelly Olynyk Celtics, right? He would do it against those. Yeah, Gordon Hayward in the zone, right? Jimmy Butler beat out that team. Kemba Walker, he would beat him. I think he's a good player. I think he's a guy that gets on the All-Star team. I would never call him a top 20 player in the league. I don't think he's got that ability. But was he a thorn in the Celtics side and prevented them from championships? Yeah, I would agree with that. And, there's other sports that you can compare that to. In hockey, right? Now it's Florida, right? Or Tampa Bay went on their big runs. I'm trying to think of teams that didn't win that went, though. The Bruins, right? Was Jimmy Butler the Bruins? He'd go a couple of times and then wouldn't win. So I'll throw it out there to you guys. Was Jimmy Butler a success in Miami? 617-779-0985. I'm Joe Murray. We'll get more into the trades. How does this affect the Celtics? We'll do that next here on the Sports Hub.
Solak and Bertrand get you through the midday. Joe Murray gets you right through the night.
I actually spoke with women today.
On the Sports Hub.
Oh, there was so many nights. You know what it was? I respect them. Like, we're having a healthy radio conversation, debate, something you do at the bar or hang out with your bros. Was Jimmy Butler a success in Miami? And covering the Celtics over the last 10 years, whatever it is now, 13 years here I've been here. Jimmy Butler was a baller. Jimmy Butler was tough. Jimmy Butler could get inside the paint and make any 2-point field goal he wanted. Now, did he struggle from three? Absolutely. Was he a lockdown defender? Not all the time, but the guy was tough. Like, he had swag. He could get the guys around him to play better basketball. Now, is it slightly overrated where, there's other stars to the game, right? There's so many other stars. During that run, I would take Dwayne Wade, obviously, way better skilled guy, and won championships. But let's just talk about some guys who didn't win championships. The Rudy Gays of the world, the DeMar DeRozans of the world, guys like that. He probably elevated himself slightly ahead of those guys. But in the end, he is those guys. That's what he is. Did he get there and lose? Yes. Did he play above his head? Absolutely. Did Miami should they have even sniffed that? And does Eric Spoelstra get credit? Because remember, I think I heard Stephen A. Smith say it today. LeBron wanted to move on from Eric Spoelstra. Eric Spoelstra has made careers out of Strus, who we saw last night, Caleb Martin, who was just traded, Gabe Vincent, who we just saw. I mean, Tyler Herro was probably always going to be a nice little player, right? But, I mean, these were undrafted guys. Who's the kid that went to Williams College, the three-point shooter there on Miami, shooting guard?
Duncan Robinson?
Duncan Robinson's whack. Sorry. Eric Spoelstra has made that guy's career.
He went to Michigan too, Joe.
Whatever. Who didn't cover the team total tonight. 80.5. It lands on 80. So, yeah, that helps my argument too. Out. Eric Spoelstra made these guys. He turned Jimmy Butler into what he was. And you know what? Some franchises, when they allow guys to be the best they can be, sometimes it's not good enough. But was it better than the Celtics? At times it was. So I will say it was a success. It's really hard to do that when somebody doesn't win. You know what else is really hard? When you don't play in the playoffs last year in the opening round, and then you tap out. You became a problem, a nuisance, a malcontent. Nuisance. What did I say? Nuisance. Whatever. He's now going to Golden State. Can he do it with... Imagine the egos and personalities of Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green. Now, I'm telling you right now, Trent, you want to talk about some tag teams, bro. Okay? I've made the case that Draymond Green would be an excellent member of the NWO. Okay? But him and Jimmy Butler and him? SGA is going to be driving to the hoop, and what's he going to see? Those two jerks. That's scary. You get the most polite man in NBA history who can shoot the lights out from anywhere. And then Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler? I'm sorry, I'm intrigued by this. And I hate Steve Kerr. But you know what? I feel like it's going to work. Yes. Now, how does this affect the Celtics? Everyone's going west, baby. They're all going west. Go ahead. Battle it out. The Celtics beat the Cavs last night. By the way, the Cavs, Scaz, you know what got me tonight? I was crapping all over Garland last night. He hit a game winner tonight, full court shot to win over the Cavs. But right now, the Cavs, sorry. The New York Knicks, everyone's west. Celtics keep their nose clean, stay out of funks, and stay healthy. They're going to the finals. I've been saying this since day one. Yes, another one is tapped out. Bump, bump, bump. Another one bites the dust. Yes, another one's down. Jimmy Butler's down, out. He goes to Golden State. By the way, a couple of weeks ago, Celtics played in Golden State. They won by 40 points. Not worried about Butler there against the Celtics either. Your thoughts, 617-779-0985. Can we just hear, Skaz? I know you were looking it up. I'm not sure if you found it yet. But this was the moment. This was the tap out moment for Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat.
Tatum pounding it. Shot clock already at 7. Tatum floats it to Marcus Smart. Smart right-hand dribble. Attacks the paint. Pump fake. Forces it up. Off the glass. No good. Rebound Butler. Miami with the ball. Down by 2. 19 seconds to go. Butler for 3. Short. Rebound. Jalen taps it to Al Horford. Miami has to foul. Marcus Smart gets mugged across half court. And the clock stops with 11.4 to go in Game 7. Jimmy Butler had it on his fingertips. He had an open 3 for the lead. And a shot and a moment that will be replayed forever. Saw the shot hit the rim. The Celtics grabbed the rebound and now are free throws away from the NBA Finals.
This is crazy.
That's right, man. It's crazy. Jimmy Butler tried to hit a three-point shot, which he's not good at. Tried to end the Celtics' chance at going to the NBA Finals. And he missed. Now, he hits that. It's a different talk. It's a different conversation here. It's a different conversation. But if we want to look at it, the last few years, right? I've already talked about this. The Brooklyn Big Three, Celtics, psh. The Philadelphia 76ers, whatever version they want, Celtics, psh. The Cavs, sorry, no. Who else you want to give me that they've taken care of? Oh, Dallas, Luka, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Now Miami, see ya. Where's the fireball? Yeah. Where's that crowd tonight? Where are you? How do you feel? Here comes Andrew Wiggins. Yeah. Oh, the Miami Heat fans who used to call this show. Oh, I want to troll your asses. You used to call this show to gloat. To gloat. Oh, the Miami Heat. Blah. Yeah, how do you feel right now? Fireball. That's yes. Yes. Karma, baby. Fire. Yes. How is it, Miami Heat fans? How does it feel to suck again? Yeah, keep calling. Tell us how much the Celtics suck. Who won the championship last year? And guess what? Now you're irrelevant. Irrelevant. Jimmy Butler helped you and then dogged you. Woof. Yeah. Yeah. Remember all those calls, Skaz? Remember? Right? Yeah. Just one of the biggest shows in the world. Credit. Thank you. You want to talk about the night show on 98.5 The Sports Hub? We need all the help we can get, everybody. We took calls from you in Miami. We took them. And we faced the music. You? Where are you? We faced the music. And we beat you. I'm saying we right now. You know why? Because it was us, Skaz. We were the ones that were here. Jeremy was here. We used to get calls from Miami. Dan Lebertard show. Yep, I named it. Where's your crew, bro? I can't wait to hear you react to this. Irrelevancy once again, in thanks to the Boston Celtics. Crank up the fireball again, baby.
Fire.
This is organic. We got the Dan. I hate that Jimmy Butler and Fireball. This is great. This is great. I remember those nights working here, getting calls from Miami Heat fan. We're better than you. Yeah. How's it feel? Irrelevancy. You are irrelevant. Nobody knows your roster. Nobody cares who you are. You have nothing. You're nothing. Everyone's making moves. You suck. That's what you do. Sorry. That came out of... And then play your song. Play your song. Play it. And the Dolphins suck too. Oh, you're so irrelevant. I love it. Oh, is there any more like fan bases? We don't talk about it enough. There are a lot of fan bases that suck. You know what? I respect Philly because they're jerks.
You got the hot hand. And they'll like keep shooting. Yeah, Miami, they're a soccer town now.
Yeah.
It's Messi's town.
Messi, yeah.
That's all they got. Messi
Wait.
and Pitbull.
Wait until he leaves your ass too. Play the song again. Tim, give it to me again. Fireball. Woo woo. Who's on the team now? Tyler Herro. All right. Who else? Who else is on the Miami Heat these days?
PJ Tucker.
Oh, he's back, huh? He's getting his ass cut too. He doesn't want to play for that sorry ass franchise. Sorry. Who else? Was the guy from UCF? Jaime Jaquez. How's he doing?
Khalil Ware's pretty good, but
he's
that's
okay.
about all they got.
Yeah. So this is their team now, the Miami Heat, the big bad Miami Heat. Oh, I can't wait till Spoelstra bounces on their ass too. Oh, it's coming, baby. Oh, the Miami Heat are going to be irrelevant for the hold. It's just you don't understand. We had to sit here one night and take calls from the producer of the Dan Le Batard show. And he would call in with his stupid comments and record it and put it all over social media. And at the end of it, drop a fireball on us. And it was so stupid. It wasn't even cool. And then what happened was the Celtics lost and we ate crap. We ate it. We stuffed our faces with crap and we took it. We ate crap. And now, I hope it. Oh, you suck. Yes. Love this. You're irrelevant. It's so good. It's so good. Jimmy Butler, you guys loved him. He was the best playoff Jimmy. And now he has screwed you. Oh, it's so good. Get the final headline of the night. I'm Joe Murray here in the Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
All right, Bruins lose 3-2 tonight. They gave up 2 goals in the third period. Jimmy Butler off to Golden State, traded from Miami. They get Andrew Wiggins and a first-round pick and a bunch of nothing. That's really it. Headlines, they are brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Enjoy Sunday's game while dropping with Awaken 180 wings, meatballs, drinks, all on the menu. Results for real life. Awaken180weightloss.com. I'm Joe Murray, and I do love Miami, but I don't like the Heat.
You're listening to Joe. You're listening to Joe Murray.
conference right now, Oklahoma City sits at the top, and, well, they're rolling tonight. SGA, right now, the favorites would be the league MVP, top team in the West. I had a chance to watch Memphis. They score a ton of points. They used to be a defensive-minded team. I watched them and Milwaukee play the other night. I'm not sold on Memphis, but they're an interesting team. Houston, I mean, I think they'll get better once they get Jabari Smith back. Maybe Springer does something for them. I don't know. But they're 3, and then there's Denver. Is Denver going to do anything to support the best player in the entire nation? Because a lot of people are critical of other teams. They don't support their guys. Granted, Jokic, Murray, and Porter were all drafted. But can you go out and acquire somebody to help them? Then there's the Lakers and Luka with LeBron. The Clippers somehow are still hanging around. Minnesota probably will play better. Sacramento, hey, they're there. The Suns and Golden State are the other two teams. Then it's Dallas, who's irrelevant now. The Spurs, who are just going to be entertaining. Utah's at the bottom. They want Cooper Flag. Like, at some point, right, the Jazz and the Wizards are just in a battle for Cooper Flag. Ooh, Danny Ainge getting Cooper Flag. That'd be a great storyline. I like stories. That's a good one. But the Wild Wild West right now. All right, so Golden State, they make the move today. Who else? I'm trying to think of who else made moves. Luka goes to the Lakers. There's one. Houston made a move today. To me, I know Oklahoma City's the best team. To me, it's still Denver.
The Bucks got Kuzma,
Kuzma.
for
Yeah.
Middleton, which
so Middleton went where?
Washington, which I don't see him staying there.
Oh, so he'll get bought out. But he can't go back to the Bucks.
Something will happen. I can't imagine Chris Middleton is going to waste away in Washington, but maybe.
No, he'll get bought out. Ooh.
Got to imagine he's got a decent contract,
where could he end up? See, I still feel like Dallas is a team that could acquire somebody. Like this is why the West is interesting. See, I feel like Memphis is one of these teams that could, although they're the second seed, they'd like sacrifice maybe taking on a contract.
So for Middleton, because of the new CBA, first apron teams cannot sign buyout free agents who previously made more money than the mid-level exception. So a team like the Celtics, the Knicks, you cannot sign a guy like Middleton. So that's another new wrinkle in this CBA.
Golden State? Oh, no, they're
maybe because they got under with.
Oh, yeah.
But it's all, it's very convoluted right now.
Okay, so Sacramento could.
You would have to think so, yes.
Minnesota.
Teams that are under,
Minnesota, they had to get rid of
teams that are under the first apron. So, like, if the Lakers found a way to get under that, for right now, I think they're $9 million over. So, like, maybe they swing it and try and get Middleton, but I don't know. Something like that.
Wow. He'd be a nice fit for them. What honestly, what has to happen with that team is LeBron needs to be the 4. Like, if I'm LeBron, be a 4. I think he could be a dominant post player. I really do. And what I mean by post player is stretch 4 in the end, like what Tatum does. Like, Tatum's a wing player. But really, when he plays on the block or at the foul line, he's an elite passer. LeBron's the same guy. Now, LeBron's more thick and probably more durable to do it, but... So I'm thinking Western Conference for Middleton. Maybe when we come back, we'll take a quick break. I'm actually interested in teams under the apron. Because now you got to get a little bit flexible, right? Now you got to get creative. And tomorrow, dude, the NBA trade deadline wins, right? Like tomorrow night we have, the Celtics at 7? So tomorrow we're going to just lead off with the NBA trade deadline. And where do teams stack up? Right now, it's everybody versus the Celtics, if you ask me. Is that a green teamer take or is that just fact? It's the entire league versus the Celtics. Who can maneuver to try to compete with them? Golden State made a big move today. But let's hypothetically say they make it. They got to get past the Lakers, Denver, and Oklahoma City. It's a tough draw, man. We'll wrap this thing up here on the other side. I'm Joe Murray.
More
That's scary. The Spurs could, for future considerations. Clippers are another team in the hunt. Pacers. They're a little bit over the. Yeah. This is going to be wild tomorrow, man. Anything else? Anybody else you see there, Scott? I think that's it for me. I know anything you saw there?
No, I'm with you. I think there are limited options for Middleton, and it'll be interesting which of those teams decides they want to take on an aging Chris Middleton. Thunder, I think it's interesting, but they're pretty deep roster as is.
I'd go Spurs. Just fill up your, you know what I mean? Try to just have some veterans around those guys.
Yeah, not bad. You know, Chris Paul's probably done in a year or two.
Yep. Patrick's in Cranston. Hey, Patrick.
Hey, Joe. Calling in regards to, I just had a moment of ordering Taco Bell, having no lettuce, and then they put lettuce on my taco because I could taste it afterwards. Oh, yeah.
So what'd you do?
Yeah. So I went back in line.
There you go.
Said I know there was lettuce on this taco because I can taste it.
Yep. There you go. Who's it? I can't. Is this Mike? Mike, what's up, bud? Last call.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah. I think one really cool part that you didn't mention is that he didn't go to the Lakers. Can you imagine if he went to the Lakers and helped Luka and Ron? That would, I would think that would push him over the top, maybe to the finals.
Ooh, Butler to the Lakers would have been fun. But you know what? There's only been one team the Celtics haven't knocked off yet in the playoffs. It's Golden State. Too sad. Too sad they can't get there. We'll find out. Should be an awesome day tomorrow. We got Celtics and Mavericks. Who knows about Anthony Davis? Celtics will be at least talking and got to think about the future a little bit. But right now, they're in the best shape to repeat as NBA champions. I got more Super Bowl stuff tomorrow.